Well, welcome to the 9 at 9 for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. My name is Bob, and I always seemingly have to clear my throat when I say that. My name is Bob, and I'm live here every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to mute so I can do. Not the best opening so far. I'm live here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 a.m. Washington, D.C. time, where I dive into ideas and strategies to help you stay focused and tackle big challenges. Today's topic is how I taught myself discipline. I was thinking about this, and I talk a lot about discipline here, and I wanted to share like how I got there. I'm clearly as disciplined as ever, showing up and doing this every day. And I wanted to share like the steps that I took, because it's only been over the last few years that I've been able to achieve it. It's going to be a rough one. It's a little dry. It's a little cold here in DC. So I led corporations for 30 years, and I decided to start this platform to empower you to learn skills, take risks, and grow your career, achieve your career goals and other goals as well. You know, my commitment to show up here every day is hopefully going to inspire a community. That's my dream, where we can all get together and talk about the goals that we're trying to achieve and inspire you to show up for yourself. Very often we show up for others every day, and it's showing up for yourself that I want to talk about a lot on this platform. And that's why the topic is perfect, because over the last few years, I really showed up for myself. I decided to, as Oprah Winfrey once said, pay myself first. And I think she may have been talking about like in a financial kind of way, actually. But I think it's both. Like when you pay yourself first, when you're prioritizing you and your health, your mental health, your personal goals, it actually reflects to the people around you. And so we actually then support them. But too often we focus on others and their goals and not supporting ourselves. So we're not paying ourselves first. And you just don't really get anywhere. I was achieving relative success before I turned 50. And after that, I just made a different commitment. I made a different commitment to prioritize me. Honestly, I benefited from the fact that my kids are adults and I was able to have a little more time to do those things. But I think I could have thought this way. If I thought this way earlier, I probably would have had similar success, maybe not the same because of the available time that I had. But I really just took baby steps to just teach myself discipline. So that's what I want to share with you today. But before I get into it, I just have to say something about my wife. Getting a little emotional right away here. She knew that I needed to hit 50 subscribers before Saturday because we're going away together. And I'm excited to go on that vacation, even though I'm kind of loving this work. And for the first time in a long, long time, I am actually going to miss the work, even though I'll do some of this while I'm away. But we are heading away together on Saturday to the Western Caribbean on a cruise, which we do fairly often, and we'll talk about that. But she knew I needed to hit 50 subscribers, and she knew, because we talked about it last night, that I hadn't, and I wasn't sure if I was going to, because I really want to use mobile to go live on this trip. And she made some phone calls, and she knows I was less likely to do that, but she took the initiative and she got some people to subscribe, and I'm really thankful for that. And so for any of them who are going to watch this, I really appreciate you doing that, and welcome, and I'm glad you found me. Even though, you know, I just really appreciate that from her and all of you. All right, so let's get into it. So the baby steps that I followed. This is the actual playbook. Duolingo honestly began it all. For whatever reason, actually, no, it's a pretty good reason. That app will teach you discipline. That app is set up so perfectly for you to consistently work on your language learning. And I think everyone wants to learn another language. There's even math and music options on that app now as well, and it just continues to get better. Duolingo, originally, way back in the day, I think was funded by Google to be a free opportunity to learn languages. And so I knew of it, but I never really got disciplined enough to stick with it until about when I turned 50. It was probably right before that. But I started learning Mandarin, and I just made this commitment that I was going to stick with it. And honestly, the app helps you so much to stick with it. So it became this daily thing that I wasn't going to miss because of the streaks and everything else. But I also wanted to learn. So I stuck with it. And then it became a real dedicated morning thing. And that's when it changed. Like once I made it a dedicated wake up, drink coffee, do duo, my discipline really started to gain. Before that, even though, I'll give you the easiest thing that you can do to teach yourself discipline. It works for me. I think it works for a lot of people who commit to this. Do not snooze your alarm. When you commit to a time to wake up, this is the easiest thing you can do. Maybe not the easiest for some, but the point is it's not a lot of work for you. Like just when you commit to a time to wake up, just wake up. Like that's it. If you do that, the discipline will start. Like when you make those little commitments to yourself, it's amazing the power of that. Small commitment, you do it, no hesitation, and then you feel this feeling like, okay, I'm showing up for myself. I can do this. And so I should have said that first. So that's where I really started to be conscious of it. Like I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm going to actually stick with the plan, wake up, whatever, start my day. Duo was next. It really helped a lot. I stuck with my streak. Then I went on this crazy sailing trip where I couldn't do it on the sailing trip. And then when I got back, I started it right up again, and I've never missed a day since then. I think I'm about 1,280 days or something like that. I'm on my third language, and I'm not quitting. So that's one easy way that you could do it, because I know it worked for me. And then after that, at about the time of the last inauguration, so we're obviously like a 4-year anniversary of this, I just decided that I was going to do 10 push-ups every hour. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it honestly is so doable. And it was tricky for me because of locations and stuff like that. I found myself occasionally like missing an hour just because of where I was. I'm not going to do 10 push-ups on the metro in DC, but I would make up for it and do 20 after that. During COVID, it obviously was a little easier for me to pull that off. And if I couldn't do push-ups, I did squats. Very much easier because you can just do them in the bathroom, in an elevator, or stairwells and all over the place. So air squats, 10 air squats, 10 push-ups. And I really was conscious of it. I set this little alarm on my phone that chimed every hour. And it reminded me to, one, reflect on what I had accomplished and thought about in that last hour, and then also to do the push-ups and air squats. No gym for a little while. I was just doing that, and mainly because gyms were hardly available. And then my progress started to really show up. And this literally, it was all I did, push-ups and squats. So this baby step of getting fit just by doing that helped me to gain discipline, where I was like, if I'm doing this for myself, like what else can I do? Then the gym started picking up, and I can tell you that showing up for yourself at the gym and committing to whatever you say you're going to do is going to teach you discipline. It's just 100% certain. I know it's the one thing that a lot of people struggle with is like, how can I keep that commitment? But maybe don't make that the first thing. Just start by doing something at home that you know you can commit to. Push-ups every hour or whatever. Even if you just commit to 10 push-ups a day, or 10 push-ups when you wake up, or 10 air squats when you wake up. All these commitments, these small little commitments, will build on each other. And then you'll become more confident in your ability to pull stuff off for yourself. And you'll start to realize, at least that I did. I'll tell you, it worked. I'm just saying that I started to realize that I could do a little more and a little more and a little more. And then I found myself, bench pressing nearly 200 pounds just a couple weeks ago. So it really does happen. I've really been able to commit more than ever. I've been able to learn things more consistently than ever. And when I started this platform, this 99-day challenge for myself, which I don't even really talk about the 99 days anymore because I'm so deep into this that it's become like just who I am. Not really, but I'm getting so comfortable with the flow of it that I don't feel like it's a challenge anymore because of the discipline. When I started this, I said I was going to do it every day, mainly because I knew if I did it every day, that I'd be able to stick with it. For whatever reason, because of this discipline that's taken over me, I need to do it every day. If I don't do it every day, I think I'll quit. I have a video early on in this process about my fear of quitting and where potentially that came from. My father is a possibility for that. And he passed away just in 2021. And then his discipline in some capacity passed on to me. That's a real possibility. I think about that. So I committed to this, and I do it every day because it just allows me to feel that feeling of commitment. And I've learned a ton because of that. So that's the topic of the day. Man, I am way over. Look how time flies when you talk about something you love. I will give a super quick project update. 50 subscribers. We nailed it. And again, my wife, thank you so much. And everyone who responded to her and joined, I really appreciate that. And I am going to do a Launchpad video today, which is my unfiltered kind of behind the scenes look at the effort to do this. And then I'm also going to post a video about the big mistakes people make in interviews, because that's my niche. I'm trying to target the folks that want to get into tech consulting, learn AI, analytics, and stuff. So that video is going to be tomorrow. And then we head out on Saturday, and I'll be doing these from all sorts of different places. So look forward to that. Let's grow together every day. Talk tomorrow for another 9 at 9.